definitely contagious.
9.725 for Bonsall.
Next, we're going to have a Cassidy Rushlow from Penn State. She's an all-arounder. Another huge Yurchenko layout full. That was a beautiful vault. Tiny little hop on that landing, but super clean in the air. Great shoulder angle on the table. That should be a really high score for Cassidy.
She was
Differences.
9.7 for Kayla Yancey.
Great Maloney for Kiana. Nice Yurchenko layout full for Penn State on the vault there.
Maggie Ayers. Rushlow had a 9.8 before her. Season best on bars of a 9.8 here at Big 12 back on March 20th. West Virginia finishing fourth in that competition behind three very excellent programs, three ranked teams in Oklahoma, Denver, and Iowa State. Both these schools have really competed hard against a difficult conference schedule this year.
Oh, for sure. Big 10 and Big 12 are some serious conferences.
9.7 for Kayla Yancey.
Great Maloney for Kiana. Nice Yurchenko layout full for Penn State on the vault there.
Maggie Ayers. Rushlow had a 9.8 before her, by the way, so Penn State's done with their vaults. 6 in a row, 6 stuck so far.
Big dismount for Kiana, double out with a tiny step back, but great routine.
The nation on uneven bars. A 9.8 for Kiana Yancey in front of Emily Holmes-Hackard.
Beautiful pike dagger right into a shoot over to the low bar. Great handstand on high bar, just the dismount left for M. Line full, double back, small step forward, but beautiful routine. It's short, it's sweet, it's simple, not much room for error, just that tiny step on that dismount.
Speaking of not much room for error, both these programs with a
on vault for the Mountaineers, and Ava is mounting the bars now. Great Yurchenko layout full, tiny little hop, but that should be a huge score for the Mountaineers. Ava was a bit close on that catch.
Just Abby Pearson up right now.
Another Yurchenko layout full. Great vault for Abby. She knew exactly where that landing was. Did an amazing.
More like we expected, where Penn State's going to make up some ground, potentially in this rotation.
Keanu Lewis on vault for the Mountaineers, and Ava is mounting the bars now. Great Yurchenko layout full. Tiny little hop, but that should be a huge score for the Mountaineers. Ava was a bit close on that catch for her release, but made it work. Beautiful shoot over handstand.
When you're that close, what adjustments do you have to make, if any, for the rest of the routine?
For the rest of the routine, not very many, but for that actual release, you got to get your arms bent so that they can catch the bar. She stuck that dismount, very happy with the end of that routine.
She knows it too. She knows she stuck that dismount.
No question about it. So Bonsall. Coach Brown had so many amazing things to say about this gymnast right here. She works so incredibly hard, so consistent in her 3 events, and she really just knows how to squeeze every ounce out of her routine and try and minimize deductions as much as possible.
47th in the nation on this event.
Straight body handstands, pretty unique. And a big double out dismount with a small step back. Beautiful routine though.
Yeah, really fun routine to watch.
This is different. She had a different dismount than the rest of her team. It was fast and clean. Great first handstand on the low bar. Right into a beautiful Maloney, leg stayed glued together, packed down to the low bar. Pirouette. A little bit short on that handstand, into a toe hand, into a straddle, a little bit close on that double back dismount, but got that stuck landing.
Julia, pending this score, we are tied right now.
We said it was going to be a close meet, and it is going to be this close, I think, all the way. Round off 1.5, little step back on that landing. A great routine for the freshman.
Keanu Lewis now has put 3 straight 9.875s up on floor.
Kendra Combs on floor now. This is another 2-pass routine.
You can see West Virginia's building that lead little by little in their best event here in the 3rd rotation.
Kendra starts with a front through, right to a huge double pike. Great lunge, super controlled. Kendra said she loves this floor routine so much. She loved last year's, but this one is just so much more her, and it is so fun to watch. These leap passes are huge. Coach Butt said he could walk under them. Great splits in the air, toe point throughout. It's exactly what you want in a difficult leap pass. One pass left for Kendra. She's gonna finish with a round off the handspring double tuck here. Awesome control on that landing as well. That is gonna be another huge score for the Mountaineers. She is just so fun to watch in this event. We have Cassidy Rushlow up on beam now. We see why she made it to finals tomorrow.
Replay of Rushlow's dismount there.
Next on floor for the Mountaineers, we have Abby Pearson.
Coming off a 9.9 of her own on floor at Big 12s.
This is another super fun routine we're about to see. Starting with this huge first pass here. Double layout, great lunge. So on these landings, you either want to see a cold stick like Emily had or a controlled lunge. Right into her combo pass, front layout, front full. Beautiful landing. This is where the team has a little bit of fun with her. Into her leaps. One pass left for Abby Pearson. Cassidy Rushlow's score on beam is in at a 9.625. Abby's also going to finish with that round off the handspring double tuck. Great control on that landing. Looked right at the judge. Quite the fun floor rotation for WVU.
As you wait for the score for Abby Pearson, we talked about it going into this rotation. This is what West Virginia needed, and they got it.
Yep. It is really going to come down to this. Maggie Ayer's score is coming through at 9.675. And Maddie Johnston is on the beam now.
Johnson's competed in every meet on beam as a freshman.
Coach Brown said these freshmen just have a huge impact on the team, and they had one straight away. Keanu Lewis starting off her floor routine with a Rudy through to a layout step out. Great leaps from Maddie. Right into a beautiful side aerial. Full turn. Great leaps for Keanu Lewis on floor. She has a routine similar to McKenna Linens and Kendra Combs, where there's just 2 difficult passes and a leap pass instead of 3 passes. Great dismount from Maddie Johnston.
Combs, let's give me okay. 9.75 the score for Pearson on beam for West Virginia. Rushlow gets a 9.85 for Penn State on floor. What a great time to almost get your career high for Cassidy Rushlow.
Front aerial. Back tuck. Stuck that landing. Beautiful series from Kendra. Great full turn. She looks super calm and just confident up there. She also is coming off a 9-9 on floor.
You see as the scores update that we down to a quarter point now for West Virginia.
Switch half for Kendra. Super difficult on the beam. Made it look easy.
Comes on beam, out on floor.
Front toss for Kendra. And rush the Aaron in her first pass. Huge double layout. Just the dismount left for Kendra on beam. Once again, tuck front full. Step forward, but great routine from Kendra.
Kendra comes somebody that wasn't in his beam lineup until the pit meet back on March 14th.
Closer.
Clutch performances.
Very much so. (9-8) on beam for Kendra Combs. We're going to see Keanu Lewis next. Freshman.
So Hornens 9.075 aside. 3 good scores for West Virginia on beam so far. And like you said, really the last 2 for Penn State were excellent.
Split jump. Split 3/4 for Kiana. Great control. Front toss. Right to a very controlled, beautiful back handspring. Great series for Kiana.
Only her 3rd time competing on beam this year.
Can't tell at all. She looks so calm. She really takes her time with each movement, all of her dance. Hiked gainer, stuck dismount. This beam rotation is looking up for sure.
A 9.8 for Allen. So she and Combs cancel each other out really. 2 9.8s.
But she made it on her feet. Awesome routine for the senior.
Well, and again, I'm no mathematician, but you've got a 9.8 from Lewis. Penn State can't catch up with this 5th gymnast because the best you can do is a 10.
Correct.
So West Virginia will have the lead going into the last routine. Chloe Asper up for the Mountaineers.
Yep, and then we're going to finish off Penn State with Melissa on the floor.
And Penn State will know what they need to get.
Beautiful stuck triple series from Chloe Asper, the freshman. She did a handspring, a layout step out, layout step out. Made it look easy. No movement on that landing. Great full turn. Heading into her leap pass. Switch leap. Straddle half. Great landing. The Mountaineers are jumping up and down. They're so excited. Just the dismount left for Chloe. Round off, 1.5. Stuck that landing. This team is fired up. Beautiful end to that beam rotation.
So the fall will come off the books now.
Yes, it
Hornens
will.
score will come off the 9.075. West Virginia in really good shape to advance.
Yes, they are. Hopefully these 2 routines can kind of turn it around for the teams.
9.075 for Hornen.
Great full turn from Abby. Gonna see a standing front tuck here, super impressive. Tons of leg strength and power for that skill right there.
Coming off a 9.9 on floor, Abby Pearson.
Back handspring, layout 2-foot for Pearson. Beautiful landing. Cassidy's about to head into her first pass almost right here. Round up a handspring, double tuck. Beautiful landing. Abby Pearson also just did a switch leap to a standing back pike and nailed it. Just the dismount left for Abby on beam. She does that blind landing, tucked front full. Small hop forward, but a great way to kind of bring that beam team back together for WVU. Beautiful routine from Abby.
Back to Rushlow on the floor.
Heading into her next pass. Round off, back 1.5, front layout. Once again, she did that combo pass beautifully. That second flip was higher than the first. That's what the judges want to see. Last pass here. Front 1.5 into a huge split jump. Beautiful routine from Cassidy. Both of those routines right there were great ways to kind of pull these two teams back together.
Cassidy Rushlow started the year really well in 4. 9.825, 9.85, 9.825, 9.875. She struggled a bit late.
Front toss, right to a very controlled, beautiful back handspring. Great series for Kiana.
Only her 3rd time competing on beam this year.
Can't tell at all. She looks so calm. She really takes her time with each movement, all of her dance. Piked gainer, stuck dismount. This beam rotation is looking up for sure.
A 9.8 for Allen. So she and Combs cancel each other out really. 2 9.8s. Unless she stays ahead by a 1/4 point. 2 gymnasts to go. Both ways. Sabanzel.
First pass here. Round off a handspring, double tuck. Controlled lunge out of that. Next pass, round off, back half, front full. Don't see that all the time. She did it very well. Great leaps, nice control on those landings. You can tell she's having fun out there. I love when a gymnast smiles throughout their entire floor routine.
Well, she knows she's got another year to enjoy this, right? Coming back for that 5th year.
9.8 for Keanu Lewis on the beam for Mountaineers. Last pass for Alyssa. Round up by handspring, double pike. Chest was a little bit low on that landing, but she made it on her feet. Awesome routine for the senior.
Well, and again, I'm no mathematician, but you have to refocus now. What do they need to do tomorrow to continue their season?
They just need to focus on recovery, make sure they're getting plenty of sleep. It's honestly the simple things like that. They have the gymnastics down. They know what they're doing clearly after tonight. They just need to hopefully recreate that exact same thing tomorrow night and put their best gymnastics out there and have a ton of fun.
Can you sleep after the excitement like this?
I mean, they're probably really hyper now, but they're gonna crash. Gymnastics is tiring, and it definitely takes a toll on the body as well.
So the final score here from the Coliseum, West Virginia scores 195.95 to defeat Penn State, who scored 195.325. We'll have 2 4-team sessions here tomorrow.